dynamic woman, very patient with me. To people from our department, when I say she's very patient, I mean really patient with me. She's a mother, she's a professional, and we have learned a lot from each other. Okay, the partnership between Maltotech and CDBM Primary School. I joined PFP for the following reasons. One thing that I realized was education is a societal commitment. And according to our 9 focus areas, one of the things we need to do is to establish relationships. And how do we establish relationships? By maintaining partnerships. So when I heard from my boss about PFP, I was eagerly and waiting to join. And when I received a call to say, the school has been adopted by Maltotech, it was a very good day for CDBM Primary School. Little did I know that it would really change my life. I would rediscover myself, my strengths, and my weaknesses. This is the school that I adopted 3 years ago. I was thrust into the principalship, unprepared, untrained. I don't think there's anybody who's trained to be a principal. You apply and boom, things happen. And this is what really happened at CDBM Primary School. We experienced a lot of burglaries. The infrastructure was very old. It was more than 70 years old. The parental involvement was a problem. Educator development, educator morale was very low, and learner discipline to top it all. So our journey with PFP and Maltotech.
Yes, so as Lineo has said, I'm Janine James. I've worked for the Maltotech Group of companies. I joined the partnership for 2 main reasons. One was that we had contributed to 5 partnerships beforehand with Partners for Possibility. And as the custodian for socio-economic development, which is the tool that we use to fund the partnerships, I felt that I needed to really get an in-depth understanding of what the partnerships involve, so that I could really speak with authority going forward. The other reason was that, or is that, I'm really passionate about education in our country, particularly at the primary school level, and in the development of children. And I wanted to learn a little bit more about the challenges that we face, and have an opportunity to give back. And I was lucky enough to be partnered with a fantastic woman in Lineo, and we've been on a really exciting journey over the past year. And yes, our partnership started with getting to know each other a little bit better and understanding each other's environments a little bit better. And then we had to look at how we were going to address some of the challenges, as Lineo's already mentioned. One of the first things that we did was Lineo had said she would like to upgrade the aesthetics of the school a little bit and get some trees. And so we managed to get a lovely donation of trees, and we used the opportunity to involve some of the learners, which was really great because they could see the process of planting the trees and how the discipline of nurturing can result in something beautiful. We also had an opportunity to take the SGB and the educator body on a strategic workshop in December last year. The focus of that really was planning for 2018, looking at policies, mission, vision, and an opportunity to have a bit of fun and team building. And although I know some of the educators felt that there wasn't enough time for team building, we can honestly say that there's been a change in terms of the work ethic and commitment of the SM team. So that was a really good experience. Coming from a learning and development space, we were able to look at a personal profile analysis for Lineo, which is really about looking at leadership strengths and areas of development. And we unpacked that, and Lineo has been able to look at how she can further develop her areas of expertise and skills in her current role. Obviously, there's a lot of training. The time to think, the flawless consulting, the community building that we attended gave us skills and knowledge to enable us to better address the challenges. Lineo also identified a need for financial literacy training for the new SGBs that came in earlier this year. And Nedbank, thank you Kirsten, was kind enough to roll that out for all the SGBs in our circle. CDBM Primary, all the educators were also able to attend core skills training with the British Council, and that really looks at providing tools and strategies for improving learning and teaching in a school. CDBM was also highly complimented by the British Council for actually having all their teachers attend that training, which I think shows great commitment. My favourite slide of the whole lot is addresses a bit of the infrastructure issue. in that we are short of classrooms and a library, and so a garage was converted into a reading space. This reading space is focused particularly on the progressed learners from grade R to 3, and they go into this space between 7:30 and 8 every morning for a drop all and read program. And we were fortunate enough to get a donation of books from the Humanitarian Centre for that, which contributed to that space. We also didn't have a sick bay previously, so a storeroom was converted. Lineo did a really great job there. We also got a donation from the Humanitarian Centre in the form of towels and bedding, and I must say that space was quite appealing to me as well. Maybe I want to be sick that day. And then obviously some painting was done and some gardening, and if you drive into the school, it's a really happy, lovely space to be in. A big thing was when we did the mission and vision towards the end of last year, we realized that the school didn't have values. And we decided to wait until the new SGB was appointed earlier this year. We ran a workshop and we developed a set of core values and supporting values. Those are currently being rolled out in the assemblies, and the educators as well as the learners are running through that process. Future plans, we are planning to continue with the revision of the vision and mission with the new SGB in August. We are planning a fun sports day, which will have a fundraising component in the third term, a team building again for the end of the year. We were fortunate enough to get one of our engineers out to have a look at designing a structure for a feeding area, a covered structure, and so we're busy with that at the moment, and obviously the ongoing issue of parental involvement.
The benefits of the program. From a very chronic dysfunctional school to the school we have today. From PFP, I've learned to listen and to listen actively through what is called time to think. I've also learned to consult flawlessly, even to people that you think do not matter. Believe you me, they do matter. That guy who's standing by the corner of your fence matters. So you need to consult and consult all stakeholders. I've also learned to manage expectations. When you're a deep person who pushes and who works hard, you also need to know the people you work around and manage your expectations towards them. I also have learned to acknowledge my weaknesses and also accept help. I'm one person, you give me something, I run. I would even do things you're expecting to be done by another person. But I've also learned to take a step backwards and accept that people are out there to assist. A lot of leadership skills that I cannot mention, and above all, we've built from the other partners and with Janine, lifelong friendship, and I've also learned the importance of partnership.
Yes, and I think very similarly to Lineo, besides what you read there on the presentation, around the listening skills, collaboration, etc., the program has impacted me in ways that I never thought that it would. It's something that I would definitely recommend that people get involved with as partners, and something that I would definitely recommend going back for more partnerships in my own company. I would also just like to say, Lineo is the most fantastic person that I've had the opportunity to work with in the past year. She's a mother of 2 children. I'm sure she has to manage her husband sometimes. She's managing a school. She's studying. She's been involved in the program, managed to achieve a pass rate of 83.7% last year. Wow. So well done, Lineo, and thank you for having this journey with me. And we've already said there's no end to this for us. We're committed to continuing. So thank you.
The results of the school, high morale. I run a ship that moves, and I am really proud to be a part of that ship. Parental involvement is on steroids. You should have been there last Sunday. I tell you, I get 70-80% of the parents, any time of the day, night or Sundays, they don't go to church, they come to school. We pride ourselves with a beautiful learning environment. Our school is beautiful, it's safe, it's child-friendly, and kids have an opportunity to experience teaching and learning in a very safe environment. And above everything, one of the pressures my bosses had put on me was, everything is going well, but you're failing on partnerships. But through her, the roots have expanded, not just only through Maltotech and PFP, but through a a number of business partners that are here that I need to save their numbers before they skip the group and disappear into God knows anywhere.